Hi,
Hi.
welcome, Dr. Mili.
Thank you, Preeti. Nice to see you.
Thank you. So, before I actually tell you something about Dr. Mili, let me share with you once again about this channel, Food, Medicine, and Lies. So, we all know during COVID times there was so much of information on, Dr. Google and WhatsApp University that my patients at least started coming back to me asking, is this right? Should we eat this? Should we take this supplement? Should we do this, um, this procedure? And all of that. And then I started getting so many questions that I thought, why not start a channel where experts come in and we get to know from the directly from the horse's mouth the real truth about food and medicine and health. So we welcome Dr. Mili today. She is the president of Ozone Forum of India. And just before we came live, Dr. Mili was sharing with me that she has conducted 77 trainings for doctors. So, Dr. Mili, I will not be wrong if I say that any doctor who is practicing ozone in India is trained by you.
Thank you, Preeti. That's a very generous introduction. Yes, at least people who practice ozone in India, they would definitely know me. And, and they've somewhere listened to me, somewhere I have spoken about ozone and they know about ozone through us as Ozone Forum of India. So thank you once again.
So, Mili, what is ozone therapy? Because somehow I think people do not know about ozone therapy. We as doctors know, we as doctors are listening to it, and we know even for COVID, it has been found to be exceptionally powerful and useful therapy. So,
Yes,
could you
yes.
briefly explain to the viewers, what is ozone therapy?
Sure, Preeti. What I mean to say, what is ozone therapy? Before that, I would take you to ozone in nature. So,
Right.
as we know, we all have a ozone layer in the atmosphere. Okay, this ozone layer protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun, and that's how in on Earth we are protected from any sunburn, skin tan, and many more diseases of the skin. As we also know that there are ozone hole or the ozone layer is depleting. So, and it is a big worry for the nation or for different countries. So this ozone is very good protective layer for us, and nature has used it. Okay, so if the nature is so smart, why can't we be so smart by using it for our treatment? So this is the fundamental basic of why you should use ozone in therapy. Now we promote and practice ozone therapy as an adjuvant supportive therapy. It's an oxygen-based therapy. So if we say ozone is the chemical formula is O3. Now, this O3 and oxygen mixture given at a particular concentration in your body is called ozone therapy. It is a basic, simple. You take an oxygen tank, connect it to a ozone machine which is pre-calibrated and pre-designed, and convert some part of that oxygen which you are feeding, which is medical grade oxygen which you are feeding,
Right.
converts into little part of ozone and most of the part of oxygen, and you administer that for the treatment, and that's how it is called ozone therapy. I mean, the world over, we all know that we need certain supplements, we need this food, we need this, but we have forgotten the basic prana, okay, oxygen. And
Right.
oxygen is the most important, I would say, energy which we require for our body to work. So if you provide that in your body, I think it's going to do wonderful work for you. So what we I call it is an essential complementary, essential supportive therapy required. Whatever you do, allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda, जो चाहिए, basically whatever you do, add this and it's going to give you wonderful result because you are replenishing prana, you are replenishing your deficient oxygen which is there, in your body. So that's a small, introduction of ozone therapy.
Yeah.
To be very statistically corrected, ozone therapy is 99 percent to 95.5% is oxygen, and the rest is ozone, and that is how we give ozone therapy.
So very beautifully explained, Millie, because I think all of us, all the viewers, doctors and non-medicos, they all know the importance of ozone therapy. And even before that, we all know that oxygen is the most vital thing we all need because we breathe 365 days, 24 by 7. I think
True,
that's the only thing we do from the time we are born to the time we die.
true,
And
true,
death is defined by the fact that you are no more breathing,
true,
right? So
true,
it's that
true.
important. And
Yes,
breathing means what? We take in oxygen and exhale out CO2.
true.
Right, so for all our cells, I think no food can be sufficient if oxygenation is not proper. But what is marvelous and amazing is that we have tools. If exercise and food and other things are not enough, we have this ozone therapy to complement and bring the balance back in human body. Yeah, Dr. Mili? Dr. Mili? Sorry, viewers, I think Dr. Mili has. There was this technology disconnect. She'll just join us back. Give us a second. Until then, if you have any questions, please put in because I think this talk is going to be transformative in more than one ways. Till then, let me share with you why, I brought her on board and why is it that I think it's so important that we all are aware that something like this exists, right? So I practice in obesity, diabetes, and autoimmune diseases. And recently, I've started working with autistic children. And in all these cases, I saw that ozone therapy can actually increase the effectiveness of all the other tools we have in functional medicine. And who better than Dr. Mili to tell us more on that? So we'll just wait for 2 minutes and let Mili join us back again. Thanks for your patience, friends. I think some technical issue. Millie has just sent me a message. There's a slight technical issue. She's just trying to join back. Really appreciate your patience. Just 2 minutes. Oh, wow. We have her back. And I'm
Hi.
Thank you,
I'm
Millie,
so
for
sorry.
coming back. We were all patiently waiting for you because you've made
I'm
all of us very curious.
I'm so sorry, so sorry. There is some network issue in, it's just so sorry.
No worries,
Okay.
no worries. Yes. So I was saying that, you know, how does ozone helps with immunity? Because in these times, there's a lot of literature saying that ozone is a great tool to boost human
Yes.
beings' immunity, right?
Yes. When we say ozone therapy is working, we have six principal biological properties of ozone therapy, out of which one very important is immune modulation. Okay, now immunity works both ways. One, it is good, one, it is bad.
Oh,
So, something
yes.
which is good that we really require it to work, and something which is bad that is called autoimmune diseases, also autoimmunity. So, ozone helps in modulating. So, when you require ozone therapy, when you give ozone therapy, it generates certain cytokines which are interferons and interleukins which are good for it. So interleukins not which are harmful, but it generates a very specific disease specific components like cytokines can be generated, and it is completely dose dependent. So when you decide the dose of ozone therapy, it decides how it can work on on your body. So it is it is very important. Ozone improves immunity by monocytes and T lymphocytes. So it stimulates your WBCs and monocytes and lymphocytes to work for your better improvement. Ozone therapy particularly works very well in phagocytosis. It particularly works very well in controlling the inflammation. So inflammation is the key problem in COVID, which we all know. That there is a cytokine storm and so many other things because that. But ozone helps in improving monocyte and T lymphocytes function, and that's how it works on immunity, and it boosts the immunity in a positive way and improves. So you can take ozone when you don't have a disease for prevention. You can take ozone when you have a disease for treatment. So it can be worked in both ways. It'll give a very good results in improving your overall general well-being.
So that was my next question, Millie, was can healthy people also benefit from ozone therapy? Like you and me, should we also be taking ozone therapy?
Yes, definitely. I do take ozone therapy
I
for
can see that glow
prevention.
on your face.
Thank you, thank you. You should definitely take ozone therapy as a healthy being. Why? Because many a times when you are stressed out physically, mentally, many a times you undergo oxidative stress. This oxidative stress you really don't know in a day-to-day life, but accumulative results of oxidative stress results into a disease. So if you take ozone therapy and stimulate your endogenous antioxidant. Now this word is very, very, very specific, endogenous
Genius.
antioxidant. Okay, that means your body's own capacity to fight disease. When you take ozone therapy, you are developing that body's endogenous antioxidant defense mechanism.
So, Millie, can I ask
So
a question here? Sorry.
sure, 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 sure,
How
sure,
do you
sure.
differentiate between the antioxidants we get from food
Okay.
and endogenous
Anti
antioxidants? Because I think a lot of viewers would be thinking this.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. The other day I was explaining somebody, then why should we take vitamins and supplements if only ozone is doing? Now you have two ways. It's a double sword, yeah, right? Actually, it works better. Antioxidants from the food will help your body to fight against disease as a supplemental, but your
Right.
body should have your inert endogenous antioxidant. So to give an example, what are the different products of endogenous antioxidants? We all know now because we know glutathione, we know superoxide dismutase, we know catalase. So we know these products because we sometimes get these products now available readily as bioidentical products also. So ozone helps in stimulating your glutathione reductase and peroxidase. Ozone helps in catalase and synthesis of catalase and superoxide dismutase. This is cellularly. When you take vitamins and supplements, you are working on the extracellular level. That means it will be in the plasma and then it gets absorbed and then it works. When we give ozone therapy, it straight away works on cellular antioxidant. So there is they both work similar fashion. They both are required. They both are very good as a symbiosis. It works very well together.
Right.
So if you're taking supplements, take ozone, it will work faster. You will not
Exactly.
require it more, for a longer period of time.
Yeah. So I think if I have to sum it up, I would say if you want to walk with balance, you have to use both legs, right?
True,
One won't
true.
be enough. And
Yeah,
similarly, you need to have antioxidant rich diet, plus you need
yes.
to have endogenous antioxidants. And in fact, since I've come into functional medicine practice, Millie, in the last 5 years, I have seen that getting just to know the genetic makeup of a person in terms of MTHFR, glutathione
Yes.
gene, and SOD,
Hmm.
these three, only these three, helps me decide what type of detoxification protocol will work for that person, what will make him feel most energetic, how he'll be able to
True,
cope up with infections better. And I think
true.
this all syncs together to say that endogenous is equally
Antioxidant
important.
is the yes,
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 is equally
yes. It
important.
works. It works very well. Along with that, just a small point. The six biological properties I would like to just enhance so
Yes.
that you know more about it. So ozone, by nature, is a very good antimicrobial. So when we say antimicrobial, it takes bacteria, virus, fungi, all sorts of infection. Ozone can work in controlling the infection. That is one. Second, it improves hypoxic cells to normoxia. To understand, hypoxia means no oxygen or lack of oxygen. Normoxia, when your cells are breathing under normal oxygen supply. So, ozone helps to bring your oxygen metabolism. So, it balances your oxygen metabolism. So, it balances your circulation. Third, important that it stimulates your endogenous antioxidant defense mechanism. So it improves in reducing oxidative stress of your body, which can be because of pollution, which can be because of pesticides. A lot of things. Lot of things are
All unnecessary things which we are exposed to in our environment.
yes, yes.
Yes.
And nowadays, sanitization. Oh my God, there is 100% required, but at the same time, that it has lot of chemical residue. So even that, for to reducing the harmful effects of that, we would require ozone therapy.
Okay.
Yeah. So the three things. The fourth is it improves the your platelet circulation. So it improves your reduces platelet aggregation. So it improves your circulation. That is also one of the very good important. It is a metabolic regulator. So it upregulates your metabolism. So slow metabolic disorders like PCOD, if you say chronic fatigue syndrome, a
Yes.
lot of the slow
Even
metabolic
a
diseases,
lot of
ozone
obese
therapy
people
can.
have slow metabolism, and that's the output
Sure,
that they are obese.
sure. Yes, it does work.
Yeah.
So when we talk about since you're asking obesity, ozone will help holistically in obesity. So it does not help you to reduce calorie count, or it does not help to this, but it will improve your metabolism, and thus it will help you into reduction, or it will help your detox faster. It will help. So ozone can be worked as detox, protection, prevention. Multiple ways
Anti-inflammatory.
are there. Yes, definitely. So
Yeah.
anti-inflammatory immune modulation, definitely ozone therapy really helps. And the best is, ozone generates interferons and tumor necrosis factors. So any unwanted biochemical pathways which are there, ozone tries to curb that down and reduces it. And that's how it works very well into immune modulation also. So, in general, it will have you a holistic approach when you do ozone therapy. So that's how the title adds, energize your life with active oxygen. It's an active molecule of oxygen.
Wow, and
Okay.
energy is what everybody wants.
Yes, definitely.
Right?
Yes.
Everybody wants. Dil mange more, right? Yes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. Now, currently, what I'm thinking, what's going in my mind is, see, India has become a diabetic capital and cancer capital,
True, true.
right? What is the role ozone therapy can play for those patients?
Okay.
First
So let
question
me
is
take
there a role? And second, what is the role?
No, there is a beautiful role. Why? Let me start with cancer because my personal experience with working with an oncoradiologist for 2 years, I worked with him and in radiation department of Lady Ratan Tata, where we used to give ozone therapy for cancer patients to improve their general wellness and and for them to finish their radiation on time. So
Okay.
when I joined radiation department, lot of patients used to not complete their courses because of the side effects of radiation. Okay.
Right.
So and the main problem was their hypoxic condition of the cells, and radiation further reduces hypoxic condition of the targeted area. Okay, so
Right.
they had lot of skin allergies, skin diseases. Then they had mouth ulcers if it is on the cheek, or many more. So they were a lot of people used to drop out. And when we started ozone therapy for them by a simple procedure called ear insufflation and rectal insufflation, we used to improve the oxygenation of their body. So when we have oxygen metabolism corrected, the cells which have uptake a lot of oxygen because of improvement in microcirculation,
Okay.
they could complete their radiation faster. So ozone has wonderful role as a supportive therapy in cancer treatment. Now I get many patients, in our clinic, in Ozone Forum of India's clinic, who are undergoing lots of treatment, but they want to supplement it with ozone therapy because somewhere they've heard from other patients, because I've been working in this field since 2007 for cancer patients and ozone therapy. So they have heard about it, they have referred by other patients or something, or so on. So we do improvement in their general well-being. We improve their, hypoxic condition to normoxia. Also, there's an interesting fact. I think the viewers must know that in Dr. Otto Warburg, he he won Nobel Prize twice by showing that the cancer cells are hypoxic, and
Yes.
if you replenish oxygen, the cancerous cells stop multiplying and they become normoxic,
Yeah.
and the carcinogenesis reduces. Now, when we are doing this, okay, when we are doing ozone therapy, we are achieving normoxia. We are rebalancing oxygenation. And that's where ozone therapy has a beautiful role in adjuvant therapy as cancer in cancer therapy. Coming to diabetes. Now, when we have a long standing diabetes, what happens is your microcirculation or your circulation is hampered. And that's how you develop diabetic complications like nephropathy, diabetic retinopathy, or polyuritis, lot of things. Now, the main reason why we happen is because the arteries and the other, microcirculation is hampered because of either there's a calcium deposition or either they have become rigid. Now, when you are doing ozone therapy, you are improving microcirculation because you are changing RBC's rheology. RBC's rheology to make you understand that RBC wall, you are making more pliable. They become more flexible and can travel to the tortuous capillary, and they can improve your circulation. So when you do ozone therapy, you can definitely reduce diabetic complications. At the same time, it improves your insulin synthesis and uptake. So your cell takes up the glucose faster, and that's how it reduces your glucose from the plasma or from the blood, and that's how it works very well for controlling diabetes also.
Wow.
I hope I made it clear.
No, no, very clear, but not all clear. Right? Because all
Okay.
clear is you don't get anything. So very
No, no, no.
good. So, Millie, I have a question. Like type 2 diabetes, is it effective, or even in type 1 diabetes, it can be beneficial?
So type 2 diabetes, definitely it is helpful. Okay,
Okay.
type 1 diabetes, I have not seen lot of research papers, since my lot of work goes into research methodology also.
Okay.
Not very distinct research paper I have read, but when you look at overall, mechanism of ozone therapy in diabetes, it can help, but I have to reconfirm whether I can reduce your insulin
So,
usage or
yeah,
anything.
because
But
I,
I have treated type 1 diabetic patients who have diabetic retinopathy. So these patients, over the years, yet they are taking insulin, and in the bargain, they develop these diabetic complications. And I have treated them beautifully on their vision scale. Also, their vision improves, and on their general well-being, we see that also. But directly curing, no, I don't. I don't agree to it.
perfect.
No,
Yeah, no,
but
why?
it can
Because,
help.
yes, because when you were sharing the mechanism, the way it works, I
Hmm.
am getting a lot of type 1 diabetics these days. Right?
Okay.
So I
Okay.
thought that it would help. And you're saying that, you have worked with complicated cases of type 1 diabetes and it has helped in vision
Yes.
and all. Yeah,
Yes.
it could. Great. So,
S-
Dr. Millie, if, supposing we understand that ozone is like nature's gift to us, if I can put it that way,
Yes.
right? And in the
Yes.
current lifestyle, what has happened is we've depleted ourselves, and therefore we need external sources to come to normoxia or normal being.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
having
Yes.
said this,
Yes.
how many sessions does one need if you are healthy? Supposing a
Okay.
healthy person wants to take how many sessions and how much time, what is the type of investment, and any complications they need to be worried about?
Okay. For a healthy person,
Yeah.
10 sessions is enough. For a
Okay.
healthy, like you and me, people who are not suffering for any known metabolic disorders. So
Okay.
today, if you say 30-year-old also has hypertension and diabetes, okay? So, it will be very difficult to know who's normal and
Yes.
who requires something. But anywhere from 10 to 20 sessions is what we tell for ozone therapy. It is
Okay.
required. Now, why? We are not giving you any chemicals. Okay, it is a
Right.
natural way of giving oxygen and ozone mixture. When we give natural ozone and oxygen mixture, we are dependent on the intermediate product this ozone makes in your body, and these intermediate products are so gentle. It's not a sudden stimulus that you, oh, okay, today I've taken, I'm going to be rocket science. No, I mean, like a fuel, it doesn't work like that. It is a accumulative results which you get. So ideally, up to 10 sessions you must take with ozone therapy if you do not have any diseases or if you do not have any conditions. Now, if you are deceased, then we have to, design a protocol for you according to your. So it is very patient centered. There is no aisa general protocols ki, take this much and you will be fine. It is
Right.
we work on the patient. We work on the patient. We take their lot of details. Case history is done, and then we devise a protocol which is according to their disease requirement and according to their holistic requirement. So somewhere we also see whether they require detox, so we give accordingly. Like first we do rectal insufflation, so that to make you understand easily, it's like an ozone enema. So it works on a gut inflammation. It will reduce your, liver, fatty liver, and so on by rectal insufflation. So we are making your body's environment more, more accustomed to taking the next step. Then
Right.
comes then comes certain IV methods if required. That will help you to get you into normoxia, or it will help you to get you into metabolic regulator. So there is patient-centered protocol is devised, and then roughly 20 sessions need to be taken.
Millie, I'm so happy to hear when you said it is personalized because you know what? After working for 25 years in corporate and heading BLCC Pan India, right? I
Mhm.
saw that
Mhm.
even small thing like diets had to be personalized to get benefit. And the simple
True,
reason why
true.
I say that is if knowing do's and don'ts were enough,
Hmm.
then we won't have become the diabetic capital, right? So people
True,
call me and
true.
ask me, what should I do? I say, Google has all the answers. But if you have to work with me, you will have to work for 3 months. Every week, you will have to tell me your sugar levels, your weight, your dietary recall. Because that 10-20% personalization, which I will do, helps me
Hmm.
get my patients from 500 fasting blood sugar to 90 only with diet.
Woo,
Yep.
500.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've had patients with 450, 500, HbA1c 13, and they said no
Wow.
supplements. I said, fine, no supplements, then you have to walk the journey, right? But that
Wow.
concept, of personalizing even diet, even exercise, and now ozone therapy also, I'm very happy to hear this because 30 years of being into medical profession, I think this is a big change. We are special, you are special, I am special. None of us look alike because God created some differences between us, right? And I think
True,
when we are
true, true.
treating, personalization becomes very important.
Yeah. So, yeah, adjusting the dosage of ozone is the key to get the best result.
Wow.
So
Wow.
if your doctor is working on you and so I mean I have trained more than 2,000 doctors. Okay, not everybody
I think
gets
that.
best results. Thank
Right.
you. Not get everybody gets best results because there is something which a person does for the patient. So you need to be patient oriented.
Yes.
A certain disease requires certain way of handling, and if you do that, I think you'll get the best results with ozone therapy.
Wow. I really
Definitely.
love hearing this because this takes the whole thing to the next level. Are there any three, four, two messages you will want to give to the viewers? Uh, Anything
Okay.
about,
Um,
yeah,
so most important is oxygenation of your body. So
yes,
our simple there are five fundamental things for your physical health. I mean, I am keeping mental health and that cover.
oh
So
yes,
one is water. One is water. The other one is sleep. Then exercise. Then food. Okay, these four are very important. But the most important is oxygenation, and we forget that. We do
I
shallow breathing.
yes,
We are sitting. We are sedentary, doing sedentary lifestyle. Everything what we do is about indoors. I mean, we have to push somebody to go outside for half an hour. And right now in COVID times, we are completely indoors. Okay.
yes,
So, oxygenation is the key for getting your cellular detox. Oxygenation is the key for getting your body to work at a certain level. Aerobic respiration by your cells generate 38 ATPs. And half of us, I mean, a lot of people do not have aerobic respiration. And when they have anaerobic respiration, they have only two ATPs, only two, whereas
right,
38.
yeah,
Okay. So we want you to have more of aerobic respiration for your cellular being and more ATPs, more energy, more currency to spend from your
yes,
own body, for your own body.
yes,
Okay, so that's how ozone therapy works very well. It will give you the right way of fueling your body, and why it is not so. I mean, it is now very easily available in many metros, many cities. We want it to be more and more, helpful, or people should take more benefit of it. That's how we like to do this live webinars. I also do webinars on immunity in COVID times, which is, so we have a whole set of what should you do in COVID times to improve your immunity along with ozone therapy. So we have many more, webinars like this. Also, we conduct
Great.
training programs and things like that. So I think it was wonderful talking to you, Preeti.
Thank
And
you, Millie. It
so
was
main
wonderful.
work
Yeah.
work on your oxygenation,
Very
be it
important.
pranayam.
And yeah, and I want to say something here, Millie, when you said about shallow breathing. Anybody who
Yes,
walks for a 1 hour consultation in my clinic, he knows and he can vouch for it. I make them breathe. And when they do shallow breathing, then they have to listen to whatever I tell them to do. Right? And I will
good
also
one.
want to share with the viewers that I'm doing a lot of free webinars, workshops these days. My next webinar on beyond mask and sanitizers, we need to work on our own immune system, is on 18th of July at 5 p.m. So any one of you, if you want to register, do register. It's free, 1 hour webinar, and we'll try to share whatever is the updated knowledge. And of course, ozone is something which can work on immunity big time. It can work on
Yes,
diseases. And most importantly, it can work on energy. Some
yes,
people have
definitely.
written something here. They're saying, nice webinar, good vibes
Okay.
for you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. And I think, yeah, and somebody has clapped for us and thumbs up. And I hope that at least you started thinking something. You now have one more option to live life to the full, because life without
Yes,
energy is almost no life.
true, true. And life without oxygen, there is no life. I mean, life cannot,
Exactly.
does not sustain. So,
Yeah.
keyword is oxygen.
Keyword is oxygen. So oxygen is equal to energy and energy is equal to life. So oxygen is equal to
Yes,
life.
yes, yes, yes.
Perfect.
Also, just you can view our website called www.ozoneforumofIndia.com. You'll have a lot of we have a lot of cases there. We have a lot of patient information, doctors information, and so on. So I think it will be a good tool for you to know more if I have not been able to cover things in this webinar.
So perfect, Millie. What I will do is in the description of this session video, I will add the website, and so that
Sure,
people can have a look at it and know more. And if
definitely.
you have any questions, Dr. Millie and myself, we are just a text or a message away. Just comment on the video and we'll be happy to answer.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
See
much.
you.
Bye
Yes, thank you
bye.
very much. Bye bye.